You're watching Let's Chat.
Welcome back to Let's Chat. As temperatures cool down, the fishing heats up, and to talk all about that fishing is Mr. Set the Hook, Pat Rose.
Man,
Pat,
how you doing, Patrick Core? Let me tell you something right now. I had to bring my belt in here today because this is TV 12. This is where wrestling starts. I'm sorry, Patrick. I had to do that, man.
That reminded me of about 35 years ago.
Oh, my God.
You brought the belt, huh?
I did. I'm going to show it to, what's
Andrew.
Andrew
will like that
Andrew
belt.
is a wrestling nut.
He
man.
is.
He is. Let's talk fishing, bud.
All right. Temperatures are cooling down, and fish are going to be behaving just a little bit differently, but still. Are they still in the grass?
Yeah, they're still in the grass. I'm talking to my buddy Hayden Lamb. They just won the CBA this past weekend on Chickamauga. A lot of grass fishing going on, a lot of frog fishing. You know I love frog fishing. And a lot of punching with your jig. A lot of punching with your jig. Punch through that grass. Or when you see, and I was thinking about this when I was coming up, when you see that grass and you see a bald spot, try to flip in there. And that's why you go outside in the back and flip in the buckets.
You practice.
Flip in the buckets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you try to flip in there, man, and they're biting.
Because it's key, because you got to flip in the right spot, because if
That's
you're
right.
3 or 4 feet away, or if you're not to the desired target,
That's right.
then you're not going to catch.
You know what? Even if you don't want to, you don't want to fish a jig, you don't want to fish a frog, throw the spinnerbait right at the edge of the grass. They'll come out and get it.
Yeah.
They'll come out and get it.
I was using a spinnerbait the other day, and it's still pretty good.
How about your 15-mile, or what was it,
Yeah.
10-hour ride down
down Lookout Creek.
That was
I felt that
great,
the next
man.
day, but it was lots of fun. But still, with temperatures, warming up during the daytime, the fish are still feeding.
Oh, they're still.
And this is a great time to
They're
catch fish.
still feeding. Now, when it gets solid cold, just clean your equipment. Go every now and then, because the big fish will bite. But, it's harder to coach them into biting. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're smart.
But from now until, let's say the middle of November, should be prime time to catch good fish.
Yes, it is, man. And when you start seeing that grass dissipate, go down, follow it, because it's still there until you don't get no grass on your hook. When you're in the water and you reel it in, you still got grass on your hook. It's still there. So fish it, man.
And you're going to lose a little bit grass week by week because of the cooler weather.
Oh yes. You know how Nickajack is going across the bridge, and you look down there and it's just covered in grass. That's starting to dissipate now. But the grass is still there, and the fish are still there as well. So.
And you'll have more nooks and crannies to where if you do make some mistakes, you can actually come through that grass.
Why am I doing this show with you, Patrick?
Because you're the expert.
Yes.
It's great to be great, isn't it?
No, I don't know all about that stuff. But, man, I tell you what, this year on Chickamauga has been phenomenal. And we've been saying that for the past 5 years.
But some big fish this year.
Big fish,
and
man.
a lot of big fish.
And I keep up with the Lamb Dynasty, and they're catching them all the time. And when I say Lamb Dynasty, I mean Don Lamb, Greg Lamb, Hayden Lamb. Them boys can fish. And they're all the time winning something and pulling in some big fish. Yeah.
Now, as the water gets a little bit colder, I guess a lot of folks will be crappie fishing.
What's going to happen?
Yeah.
What's going to happen to the bass? They're going to start moving out.
Yeah.
They're going to start moving out.
Yeah, toward the channel.
To the ledges, to the channel.
Yeah. Yeah. And, then you'll have to have a different type of, way of trying to catch those fish, and they're going to get slower, aren't they?
Exactly. That's where the jigs come in. Yeah. That's where the slow moving crankbaits come in. I meant to bring a crankbait that is made by Boyd Duckett, Duckett Baits. And
just like these rods
and reels. It looks just exactly like a shad. But it's got cuts in the side to where when you swim it through the water, it moves like a fish, man. It's great. I'll bring that next time.
So at least for another couple of weeks, you can use the spinner baits and some of these baits, and you can still reel them in with some pace. But as we head into the colder type weather, have to slow everything down and be more patient.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly, buddy.
Well,
Thank you,
happy
Patrick.
fishing. Thanks for joining us.
All right,
We're
man.
setting the
Good
hook.
to see you again, buddy.
And we'll be back.
Oh, got something for you.
Wow, I can't believe it. I'm going to be in style. So we'll be back here in just a few minutes with more Let's Chat.